Netflix, but Akaash Singh has cemented his footprint in comedy on podcasts, then in stand-up, and then his self-produced stand-up specials, and his numbers on YouTube are crazy. Yes. He is here in Hawaii this weekend at Blue Note Hawaii, and he's here on the couch with the Sunset.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Welcome back.
I remember having a lot of fun here. A lot of times, press sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
People literally, they have no idea who you are, and you can see them reading who you are in real time. I don't need you to just watch 2 videos or something. So we have some. You don't need to think I'm famous or whatever. But like, you see it on next guest, and it's like, well, this is going to be a waste. But you guys were all so friendly and so fun. You made me like Hawaii even more.
More reason to come back.
As opposed to the other states. We know you don't like that.
No, there's some real terrible places. Real terrible places.
So how was getting here? How was your flight?
Oh yeah, my flight. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but my flight got diverted. On the way, I hear someone yelling at the flight attendant as I'm sleeping. I don't think anything of it, and then 5 minutes later we hear, "Hey guys, there's a medical emergency. We need to divert to Minneapolis."
Yay!
Turns out the guy had threatened the flight attendant, so the entire flight flew 3 hours out of its way, got diverted. So instead of spending an extra day on Honolulu, I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Basically the same thing. I mean, come on. What are you complaining about?
The biggest fall from grace I can imagine in travel is Honolulu to Minneapolis.
Sorry about
They got a big mall. You know,
that's
kinda
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I had to see the light of day.
Yeah,
Great,
let's go to Victoria's Secret.
So what are you looking forward to doing while you're here?
I love just walking the street. My wife likes shopping, so she really likes Honolulu and just all the shopping. And I will try to avoid spending money by distracting her with Waikiki Beach, which we love. I heard North Shore is a better beach, though.
Oh, yeah.
But how far is that from where we are right now?
About an hour.
Yeah.
That's doable. So we'll do North Shore for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll do the shows, and I'm really looking forward to the shows. I had so much fun last time. So please come out, guys. If you ever see a comedian doing morning news, he needs to sell tickets.
No.
Grace, you got an update, right?
Well, I think some of the shows are sold out, so it's tonight, tomorrow. They're 2 shows
There you go.
each.
There you go. He's going to
make
leave
sure
now.
if you want to see a show, get tickets now because they're going fast.
And I haven't seen that many Indians here, so I feel like there's a cultural lesson in if you're just like a Hawaiian who wants to learn, but you don't want to go to India, right here, boom. My show, ready to go. Let's lock it
but
in.
what's really cool is your show. I know a lot of times you cater to the Indian audience when you get them.
Right.
But your show is applicable to everywhere now.
No, I love learning about, this sounds so corny, but I genuinely love learning, like, not just about different cultures, but like the little nuances. Like, he was telling me his wife is Japanese. I'm curious, what's the Japanese influence on Hawaiian culture? Because it seems so integrated. Like, these are things I don't want to learn, like, the generic. So I genuinely enjoy learning, and I try to remember these things. So when I talk to somebody, if I can remember a little nuanced thing about where you're from, then we can have real fun.
Yeah, you want the non-PC version. Of
Yeah, like the little stereotypes that only you guys would know.
Yeah.
You know what I always wonder, like back-to-back concerts or shows, I mean, how exhausting is that? I mean,
You know what would be the most tiring usually was the meet and greet. And that sounds, but like when someone meets me, I don't want to just be generic, like, yeah, get a picture. And then, so you try to talk to them, but you do that 100 times or whatever. Then you have another show, then you do it again, and then sometimes you had a third show. And by the end of that, you're just a wreck.
I know, I can't even.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, should we be worried if we're going to the show? Are we going to?
Yes.
he is on the attack.
Sit in the back, so he's in the back, way in the back.
And the Blue Note is perfect for your type of comedy, which
Can't
is
hide.
interactive with the audience.
Yeah, no, well, I also say before every show, I say, or no, at the beginning of every show, I try to say, hey, if something I say like offended you or you feel like I went too far, or if you just don't want to be talked to, just give me this motion and I'll move on. Because I'm 5'7" and I know this, I can't fight. So like, I don't need to be just mean to be mean. So like, I want to make sure you're game and I'm game and then we can have fun. I don't want to just like.
You don't want a Will Smith coming out.
Yeah. I'm a prime candidate to get slapped. I'm a very slappable guy.
All right, so Akaash Singh, if you want to catch him, it's going to be Blue Note Hawaii tonight, tomorrow night. Once again, I think it's the 6:30 show is probably sold out. So check with them and get your tickets.
Or if you just want to slap me, just pay. Buy a ticket.
There you go.
You know, we'll see security, how on it they are.
Okay, Akaash Singh here on stage.
So Akaash Singh went and did local news in Hawaii. Is this the one that Brian Callen did? Jesus, when your career is dead, you end up on Sunrise in Hawaii. But it got 156 views with 11 comments. And that comment just says, cuck. Wonder why the cuck brought his wife. Not enough frat houses in Hawaii. Indian Will Smith, Akaash, ATM, Cuck Singh, take your pick. Where's Ghislaine? He is Indian version of Will Smith. This guy is getting humiliated by his wife. Akaash Singh, going to be no cash single. LOL, the cuck landed in Hawaii. Look at him with the attitude, so cute. He tried to pretend like he's got confidence. His wife is stealing his money, and he let it happen. Did he really leave his wife alone? From what I hear, that's not smart. Akaash Singh. Wow. That many comments, and it was only 156 views on this video. He is miserable. Miserable. And, I mean, you kind of heard what he said there. He said, I'm just trying to distract my wife from spending money. And the truest line he said, if you see a comedian doing local news, oh boy, they're having trouble selling tickets. But he had one show that was sold out there. He probably did like 4 shows, though. So he's going to sell tickets by doing the local news in Hawaii. And like I said, I think this is the one that Brian Callen did, but you quit your podcast. And this is what Akaash has been doing. He continues to do interviews and stuff. It's just that nobody ever sees them. He's nothing without Andrew Schulz, even with that quote-unquote Indian crowd. Because the Indian crowd, they might go and see you once. But, I mean, if you paid the ticket to see Akaash Singh, you're really going to pay to see him again? No, that's why you need more and more new people. But he keeps doing these interviews where no one's going to see him, where he would never have to have done this before because, you know, he would just promote his date on a massively successful podcast he was on that his wife forced him to quit. So he can make TikToks with her in which he humiliates him. Truly sad and pathetic. All because Andrew said with Charlemagne the God, you need to keep your wife off the internet. So he unfollowed Andrew and Charlemagne. And I think you can tell he's pissed at Charlemagne because, you know, he went and did that Hot 97 interview. But Akaash truly screwed himself, not only by quitting the podcast, but getting out of that circle. I mean, he's now no longer in the Rogan sphere. Joe Rogan won't have him on ever again. You don't think Joe Rogan isn't going to choose Andrew Schulz? I mean, Andrew's still following Akaash and not the other way around, but you don't think they're texting behind the scenes of what's going on? And I guess Akaash chose Hot 97 over Breakfast Club. He'll never be on there again. Oof, what a sad fall from grace. All for a chick who's going to end up leaving him anyway. Unless she's not allowed to. I don't know how it works over there. But maybe she's not allowed to. I don't know. Have a look at his bloated fat face. Look at him look into that camera. Look at him. Ah! Horrifying. He is miserable. Well, sorry, you cuck simp, but that's what you get. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.